back for another fucking YouTube video. Yay. I know it took me fucking ever, whatever. I got my shit together. I'm here. I'm ready. This is a video I wanted to do for a while. A lot of girls have been asking me to do this video, and well, I suck at life, so obviously this is when I'm starting to get it done. So, with that being said, let's get into it. So this is a video that a lot of my CHATURBATE friends that are also models have been asking me to do for fucking ever. So I finally decided to get my shit together and do this video. Yay! Okay, so I want to give you guys some tips and tricks on using CHATURBATE, certain things that you guys might not know. One of my favorite things that I actually didn't know up until recently is that, you know, when you Google your name, and especially the first time you do it, and you get a fucking pages and pages of results with recorded cam shows. It's something that we just can't really avoid. It's gonna happen regardless. The best thing I can tell you guys, set up a Google alert with your name. You can simply just Google that, Google alert, and it'll take you to the page where you can set up a Google alert for your stage name. So I've got one for Mischievous Kitty. Anytime something new pops up with my name, I get an email saying like, yo, you're showing up somewhere. So it's really, really nice and convenient. Sometimes you find pages where there's no DMCA link, so you can't take it down. Well, the nice thing that I love about CHATURBATE is CHATURBATE will actually take care of that for you. Go into the help settings and there's a place for DMCA, and you can email them, send them the link of whatever website has your illegal content, and they'll take it down. They have a whole group of lawyers just for DMCA and just for taking recorded cam shows down, and they're really good about it. So I had no idea about this until Shirley from CHATURBATE actually let me know at one of the conventions, and nobody knew. Everybody was like, wait, what? Oh, this is fantastic. So yeah, so I'm really excited for that. That's fucking great. Another thing that a lot of cam girls and cam boys don't know is if you go on the little like wheel thingy next to where your users are, there's a lot of really great things in there, like changing the size of your font. Personally, my setup, I have a TV plugged up to my computer, which I have a desktop computer, but it's really far away from me. And I'm blind. So I always make the font super huge. That way you don't have to zoom in on the page and just get confused between what the fuck is going on. So that's fucking fantastic. As well as there's one other option that a lot of girls don't know about. There is a thing that says sort users by, and you can choose either alphabetical order or by tokens. What that means is when you're broadcasting and there's users in your room, you can click on your user tab and see your users either in alphabetical order or by the amount of tokens they have. So whoever has the most amount of tokens will be at the very top, and then your grays are going to be all the way at the very bottom. This is useful in situations where you have, you know, guys who come in the room who aren't particularly gray, but are giving you all these, oh, I'm going to tip you all this money, I'm going to just spoil you right now, just, you know, flash me a titty. Well, you can go into your list and scroll down. You'd be surprised how many purple and blue and pink and whatnot users you see in that gray list that have no tokens. Of course, don't abuse it. But yeah, so that's really helpful for us to avoid all those freeloaders that aren't gray, and it's hard to tell. Another wonderful thing for those of you who don't know is the colors do mean something. When you go into your broadcasting window, there is a little like thing at the top right corner that says, which will be technically this corner because flipped shit, but yeah, that says show broadcasting guide, and I'm sure most of you have hidden it without even reading it. There's a lot of wonderful information in there. It's not just about how to start broadcasting. It gives you that information about the different colors of the names and what that means. Another wonderful thing is when you click on a person's name, if they have been in your room and have tipped before, within the last 2 weeks, it will show it at the very bottom of the little pop-up tab that comes up. So that's fucking wonderful. I fucking love that. Especially when I forget sometimes. Like, I tend to remember all the users that do come in and talk or tip, but sometimes it does get a little overwhelming, and that's a good way to keep track of your tippers and such. Another thing that models don't look at, or anybody really, terms of service. Terms of service, that's one of those things that you always just scroll by and click I agree and move on. With websites like CHATURBATE and any cam site, any clip site, you really need to look into terms of service because there are some things that they won't allow on the cam site. And you want to make sure you know those things so you don't do them by accident without knowing, without, like bad dragon dildos are not allowed on CHATURBATE. So you want to make sure you look through, even if you don't read the whole terms of service. I'm not saying go sit there and, read it with a magnifying glass, but take a look at their restrictions because there are so many girls that are getting blocked that don't know why they got blocked. And they probably violated something in the terms of service. So yeah, that's very important. Just as if you're a solo performer and then you do a girl show. For a girl show, you don't have to change your gender. So you don't have to go from being female to being a couple. Female is perfectly fine. But if you do a girl-boy show, you have to change it to couple. If you don't, you will end up losing time from your cam show because you will get unverified. You will have to get re-verified and then make sure you set that gender. And while you're unverified, you cannot receive tokens. So that's very, very important. Another fun fact that people don't really know about, which is also in TOS and in the frequently asked questions on CHATURBATE, is certain girls will use really, really, really big dildos on CHATURBATE and will get away with it. Other girls will use really, really big dildos and get banned, insta-banned. And people are always like, why is that happening? Well, there's a reason for why that's happening. And that's happening because the girl that's not getting banned actually emailed CHATURBATE to get permission to use those dildos. If you are somebody who can take the bigger dongs, who can take the bigger dick, you can send an email over to CHATURBATE with pictures of the dong that you would like to use, and they will actually send you out a release guide basically saying, yeah, I can use this without hurting myself. Because that's what they're worried. They don't want you to hurt yourself. That's why certain things like intense boob binding isn't allowed on CHATURBATE, because CHATURBATE just doesn't want you to hurt yourself while you're on cam. Another thing that people have asked me about is getting yourself or getting somebody that you're working with verified. How does that work? And what is the best way of doing it? So one thing that I know for a fact is when getting somebody verified, make sure you take clear pictures of the ID. If your ID has like a ridiculous amount of scratches where you can't see information, they're not going to accept that. So your best bet is to go to the DMV and get yourself a different ID. That can also be caused by glare. So a lot of the IDs are laminated, so when you put it at a certain angle with lighting, it glares out certain parts of your information. CHATURBATE needs to see all of that information. Even though they don't need all of that information, they need to see all that information to make sure it is a real ID, in fact, because all they ask for is that front side of the ID and the ID next to your face. When it comes to getting the ID next to your face, just like this is fine, as long as you frame your entire face and the ID in the picture. That's all you have to do. A fun fact, which is something that I've learned from trial and error, and I believe this to be true. I have absolutely no clue whether this is or is not true. But when it comes to IDs, if you live within the United States, the best time to submit an ID is within United States working hours. From what I've noticed, anytime I submit my ID between noon and 6 p.m. Eastern time, it usually gets back pretty quickly and it gets approved fairly quickly. when I submit my ID at weird hours of the night because I'm a night owl and I have nothing better to do, it usually takes a lot longer, and a lot of the times it will get declined for numerous reasons that don't make sense. Another thing that I would like to mention, everybody needs to start using OBS. OBS is an open broadcasting software that is absolutely amazing. It will give you much better quality of your cam, which does give you so much better, it looks so much better, and you do get more people in your room when you have better quality, and it helps with whatever cam you have. So even if you have a low end scale camera that isn't fucking fantastic and great, OBS will make it look a little bit better, as well as good lighting. I suggest soft boxes, but everybody has their own love. I love my soft boxes. Love them, love them, love them, love them. I had umbrellas before, and then I upgraded, and these are so much better, like a million fucking times. I love them, love them, love them. So yeah, good lighting and OBS. There are instructions you can actually check on CHATURBATE's YouTube channel. There are instructions straight on the broadcasting page on how you can use OBS, but if you check with CHATURBATE, they actually on their blog have a video that somebody made on how to set up your OBS, how to get it working with CHATURBATE. So it's wonderful, and it does bring up your cam quality so much. I hope everybody really does look into that and starts using that, as well as having an Ethernet cable instead of using Wi-Fi. Ethernet cables are very cheap. You can get a really fucking long one. The one I have is like 20 feet, and I got that for under $10. Amazon is a bay. Ask your fans. Your fans might be able to help you out. If you tell them like, hey, I really need an Ethernet cable, but I'm kind of broke, but it would help me give you guys a better quality. So that's definitely something you should look into it. And what an Ethernet, for those of you who are not technologically savvy and have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, an Ethernet cable is something that goes straight from your Wi-Fi box to your computer and delivers that signal straight there without having any, I don't know, air interaction. I'm not tech savvy. I just know that it connects the two and makes your internet better. All right, I think I've covered everything that I possibly can. If you guys still have any more questions, please post them down in the comments, and I will make a part 2 if I have to. But I want to know the questions that y'all want answered, and that would be super great. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you subscribe and thumbs up. I am going to try to make as many videos as I can, but again, I'm brain dead a lot of the times. So I don't know what to record. So if you guys have any ideas or anything you guys want me to record on here on YouTube, please just go ahead and post that down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you follow me on my social media, which will be posted down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, or on CB. Bye. So I want to... Okay. What is going on with my head? Oh god, and there's something in my eye. Oh, fuck me. And then I have these fucking claws. Rah! Okay. I should have done some blue fucking makeup. Oh, I just picked my nose. Oh my god. Okay. Boob binding. What else? Now I gotta think. I still gotta fart. No, I have to poop. So, that another... You follow me on all my social media.